I was working in London at the Park Plaza on the Albert Embankment. The nearest parking place was a short walk away at the Novotel Hotel on Lambeth Road. At the end of the day, I returned to pick up the car and drove out of the exit, turning left, and unknowingly straight into a bus lane. This simple manoeuvre cost me £130. I'm asking you, is this fair? Or is it highway robbery? So, let's go back to the scene of the crime and look for some evidence to back up my case.
This is just south of the Thames on Lambeth Road, and as you can see there is no bus lane here on the south side, but you can see a bus lane on the north side, and over there is the Novotel, and that's where we're going to see what it looks like when you're exiting the car park there. And if you ever stay at the Novotel, you may be tempted to park in there, and that's the exit of the car park.
When exiting the car park, you would be travelling along here and through to the gates. Unfortunately, as you drive up, these gates swing open automatically towards you, and you may not notice the notice. But as you can see here, Novotel have kindly tried to inform their guests by suggesting they should beware of the bus lane. But if you don't see the signs, this is what you do see as you approach the entrance to Lambeth Road. You may notice the white line, which from the side looks narrow like any other white line. Looking to the right, there's no signage to indicate a bus lane. If Lambeth Council had wanted to, they could have had the words bus lane painted here. So any driver would clearly know they were about to enter a bus lane. In fact, if you look on Google Street View, you can see Lambeth Road exactly as it was in 2012. That's when the council clearly showed the driver that, here's a red bus lane, keep out. In late 2015, Lambeth Road was resurfaced and repainted with new white lines. And that's when Lambeth Road lost its red asphalt and gained a traffic camera to spy on vehicles that entered into the unassuming and unassertive bus lane. This is a fixed solid, non-movable surveillance camera LW0031, which looks towards the exit of the Novotel car park. But what exactly does it see? Well, I have photographic proof of what it's directly looking at. And it's me. Yes, that's me in the car, just about to enter the bus lane. As you can see, there's a queue of cars in the right-hand lane, but I wanted to turn left at the roundabout to travel back to Park Plaza to pick up my colleagues. So what do? I use the left-hand lane to turn left. Let's now look at an aerial view. This is me leaving the car park and then turning left. It wasn't until after the zigzags that I encountered the bus lane signs for the first time. So, what's the difference between driving up from Novotel car park and turning left into Lambeth Road and driving up Lambeth High Street and turning left into Lambeth Road? Let's take a walk down the High Street and see what we can see.
This is Lambeth High Street, which joins onto Lambeth Road down the bottom. And the council have been very kind, and they've put a sign that says you're entering a bus lane just there, so that you know you're entering a bus lane. And they've even broken the bus lane so that it starts again just there, and it stops by the zigzags, so that you are allowed to avoid the bus lane, which is a better idea. But just 100 yards away, there's no broken line. You're entering the same bus lane, but you're entering it from a private car park. So why have they not been very nice and kind and let you know that you're entering a bus lane? I don't think that's fair, especially when they put a camera there to capture you when you've transgressed.
This is Google's satellite street view of Lambeth Road. And here's the bus lane. And you can see clearly the bus lane broken here to allow vehicles driving down Lambeth Road to turn left into Pratt Walk. So I imagine here there isn't a bus lane, as a bus lane is defined by a thick, solid white line. And the bus lane doesn't start again until here, where the sign says bus lane. So I would imagine that the zigzag lines only show a pedestrian crossing and not a bus lane. When we go further down Lambeth Road, we see some cars here. If they could exit here, which they can't, they would see the bus lane sign in the road. So why would the council put a sign here? Why not have it further up the road outside the Novotel, where it would be much more use? Let's have a look at the Novotel car park. We exit the car park into Lambeth Road. Guess what? There's no bus lane sign to be seen. And there's only 10 metres of solid white line to indicate a bus lane. The guidelines say that when crossing a bus lane, drivers are permitted 20 metres of grace. And I've just driven less than 20 metres. So, if the bus lane starts again here, then where did it finish? And why is the camera looking at the only exit on a bus lane where there are no bus lane signs? Those are some very interesting questions. In conclusion, we've seen that they've removed the bus lane defining red asphalt. And we've also noted the distinct lack of bus lane signage on the exit of the car park. We've also seen how the council have placed a surveillance camera to capture vehicles leaving the Novotel car park in the only exit that hasn't any signage anywhere. All in all, I feel that it adds up to a blatant case of entrapment, which I and many others believe results in highway robbery. If you've been fined leaving this car park, then please join the growing list on my website.